What up, Logan? What up, man? JoJo's in the house. Twiz, Crystal, Lord Nova, Raymond Salas. What's going on, everybody? Woo, it's a little warm today. A little warm. A little bit. A little bit. Sorry I was a minute late. I was hurrying. I got help today, so I'll be done 5:15. Probably 5:15 it's looking like. Yeah, Logan, it's overcast, but it's in the 50s. I would have been fine if I was waiting for my sugar-free vanilla iced latte from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You took too long. I was there for 8 minutes waiting for this damn thing. And I did a mobile order. Was I go up? That's literally on my route. So I'm like, come on, man. I just want a freaking drink. What up, Kiana? How are you? What's going on? Let's see here. What's up, Kevin Ledford? What's going on? Hamid, what up, my man? Let me guess, you're going to roll tomorrow, right? You rolling. That's what I want to hear. We're going to roll. Bobby Murphy. Niners are doing a lot of talking. A lot of talking. Ridiculous amount of talking. Just shut the heck up, Niners, and play the game. I don't know if you saw my video from this morning. If we weren't directly involved in it, I'd be rooting for the Eagles this week against the Niners. Twiz, no lie. I'm honest. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna outwardly root, but I would be wanting the Eagles to win. If we didn't have any direct consequences to what happened, what up, Virus? I would be absolutely rooting for the Eagles. I can't stand the 49ers. Worse than the Eagles, and that's bad. The Niners think they're somebody. Hey, you have a coach. You've choked in the big game time and time again. Shut up. You missed a straight hat off to the side like he all that. Shut the hell up. Brock Purdy. Ever since you beat the hell out of them, they've been crying like whiners, yeah. We beat them, yeah, I know. They were bitches. What up, Sugar Daddy? How are you, man? Mark Hutchin is in the house. What up? I know, you saw that, right, Kiana? He act like he all that. I was like, dude, shut up. You ain't all that. Kyle Shanahan. Fucking, you ain't all that. He needs to eat a cheeseburger. He needs to eat a quarter pounder. Kyle Shanahan's a whatever. And the big fake ass gold chain. And I ain't gonna lie to you, ever since the Dallas game, listen, you know what I don't understand? If you beat the brakes off of a team, it already hurts enough. You gotta go. What up, Jeff Lee? How are you, brother? How's Lubbock? How do you, I think it was Lubbock. I might be wrong, Jeff. I thought you said Lubbock, but I know it's somewhere in Texas. Why do you got to wear a F Dallas shirt after the game? I mean, like the next day. He's still talking shit. What's up, Regina? He had it under his jersey. Yeah, you get in there like a side hat. Yeah, come on, man. Congratulations on the 1,000 plus subscribers. Yeah, like I was saying this morning, it kind of like I've had the channel a little bit, but I haven't put not much up on the channel prior to the draft. Like I said, I've really been putting the work in, putting out videos, engaging with the peeps. They make it harder on themselves, the fan base. Yeah, definitely, Bobby. But I'll be streaming the game tomorrow. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out on it. It'll be fun to watch. You know, I told you guys that Seattle game was going to be tough. Seattle's a tough team. Don't ask me why they've been struggling and this and that. They are loaded. I can't wait to shut up the players. Again, unfortunately, I have to quietly root for the Niners just because we're directly involved. We need the Eagles to lose in order for us to close that gap. But you know, if we weren't involved, I would hope that Brock Purdy would get his ass kicked and Debo running his mouth and Javon Hargrave and on and on. It's like, dude, they're not that good. The Niners aren't that good. Their defense has taken some hits. Joey Bosa. Let me take my vitamins. Uh-oh. I dropped one. Yeah, Twiz. I called it though. I didn't think it would be that scary. Well, I did call a close game, but I didn't think we'd be down twice. I didn't think we'd be down. I rewatched it, not this morning. Yeah, this morning I watched it. I woke up to let my dog. I fell asleep at like 9:30. So and then I waddled downstairs and went to bed. I let my dog out about 3:30, and I ended up. I was awake for a good hour and a half, and I rewatched it again. Believe it or not, I fast forwarded the commercials, and every time Seattle had the ball, I wanted to watch Cowboys with the ball, but we were losing with 7 minutes to go in the game. They want to ignore that 3-game losing streak. Well, we got to hope that they take one. That's what we got to hope. Alex, too many games left to pick an MVP. Twiz, yeah, I just said, Dak has to beat Philly, obviously, and we got to get to the end on a roll. We can't just lose. We can't, beat Philly, right? And then lose in Buffalo, lose in Miami, come home and beat Detroit, and then probably sit people because we're out of it in the last game. That's not MVP. You got to close out. I love that song, Logan. When Metcalf took that pass to the house on Seattle, thought we could be beat. Kevin, I knew. I didn't think it'd be like that, but I knew we'd be down in the game. I posed you guys a question. What if we're down? Remember? I said, what if we're down? What if we're down 10 points? You never got down 10, but we got down 8. I just knew time and place. I knew Seattle would be ready to roll. I knew Seattle would come with guns blazing. And I listened to, I got annoyed during the game, but one thing you have to do, here we go. One thing we got to do, what up, Lord Agent? The Lord Agent, I hated it. I hated all the penalties. I don't care who they benefited. I hated it. But after watching Pete Carroll, man, I think these players like playing for that man. I really like him. I really like him as a coach. I really do. For whatever reason, his players play for him. And I'm sorry. Here we go. Anyway, Logan, that was for you. I don't care what anybody says. Throwing the ball was wrong with 1:40 left on 3rd down. Sorry, Mike McCarthy. You, my friend, were dead wrong. Dead wrong. He's got to put down his offensive coordinator hat and put his game manager hat on. You had to run the ball. You could drop back to throw, but at Dak, if it's not wide open, you take a knee and drain off the clock and kick the field goal anyway. Yeah, no, Kevin, I didn't see it either. That was a wrong, scary call that McCarthy did at the end of that game. Bad clock management, Sugar Daddy. You nailed it. Yes, indeed. Bad. That can't happen. And if a mailman from South Jersey knows that, then I'm sure there's somebody up in the friggin' booth that says, no. What up, Sledhead? How are you? Just like Phil was adamant that Dallas review something early in the game. I forget what it was, but I'm like, there's no way in hell. It was too close. Hey, Elena, how are you? I didn't think that they were going to review squat. So, but Elena, you missed it. You missed it. Unfortunately, I'm rooting for the Niners because it directly affects us. But if it didn't directly affect us, I would hope the Niners would get their ass kicked. You ain't losing to a guy like a coach who thinks he's some skateboarder. You know, he thinks he's the shit. Kyle Shanahan, you ain't nothing, bro. You ain't your dad. You're a good offensive coach. I get it. Who hasn't won squat outside of the playoffs. This is where sometimes the Eagle fans will say, oh, a playoff wins. Look at Kyle Shanahan. That's all he does is win playoff games, but he chokes in the big game. So, F a Kyle Shanahan. How's that? Can't stand him, and I can't stand his 49er team. A bunch of loudmouths. George Kittle can go, you take a long walk off a short pier. You got Debo running his mouth. Who the hell's Debo? Like, to talk any shit. He's a good player, but he's not like putting up great numbers. He's a running back and a receiver. You're a receiver. Sorry. I'm just not a 49er fan. It's really going to kill me to root for them tomorrow. Logan, I'm just keeping it real. People think I'm an Eagle fan. Clearly I'm not, if anybody's watched my content. But if I had to pick, if we weren't involved, I would be rooting for the Eagles to beat the hell out of them and saying, shut up. But, that's the one thing about beating Seattle that hurts, because I want Seattle to win that division. I still think Seattle can win that division. I understand they're 6-6, but I think Seattle can beat them next week. And I think, what do you call it? I think that Seattle can go on a roll. I really do. Brock Purdy, another one. Everybody's anointing Brock Purdy. He struggled. Didn't he lose 3 games in a row? That was my thing this morning about my this morning video. If nobody watched it, I take a gander. Not for any other reason. I could fill you in now. Basically, I said, if Jalen Hurts, I don't care what stats say. If he only loses 1 game all year, he's the MVP. You heard what I said, how hard it is. I don't care about your schedule or if it turns out to be easy or hard. When you lose in a Super Bowl, normally that next year, you don't go back. If you go 16-1, which I don't think you're going to do, but I'm just saying if you did, that's freaking impressive. I know, Elena, it sucks. I'm screwed. You opened the door for the Packers. Yeah, Sledhead. Let's see here. That's another team. Seattle would have won if they knew how to do a tush push. Well, but they didn't, Hamid. They lost, so you got to give us credit for it. The only lose whiners. Hey, Coyote, how are you, buddy? We have to. But yeah, Eagles about to get smacked in the mouth tomorrow. Clemente, we need them to lose the Eagles, but you and I both know how hard it is to root for the 49ers to win anything, especially with Flat Hat. We had to win that game. 49ers have a cakewalk schedule. I know, but they still have to play Seattle twice, and they already have 3 losses. So let's just say that the Eagles beat them tomorrow. Just don't shoot me, Clemente. Let's say the Eagles beat the Niners tomorrow, and then Seattle wins them both against the Niners. Well, now they're even. Regardless of what else they have, now they're even. They lose the tiebreaker to Seattle. Seattle's going to win the rest of their games. I think Seattle's beating you, Philly. I just do. I think Seattle's beating you. You'll probably beat the Niners and lose to Seattle. How about that? But now, I'm hoping the Niners win tomorrow. Yeah, Clemente, I'm hoping that they win. I'm not rooting for them because I want that game in AT&T to mean, to even up the record with 4 to play. That makes it fun. For me, as a YouTube/content creator, I want to see it close and tight. Pause. For the rest of the game, of the season. So, that's what I want. Eagles win tomorrow, then they win the division. Again, Coyote, we got to root for the Niners. What's up, Brian SoCal? We got to root for the Niners. But what I'm saying is, I have no control over the outcome. Now, the Mystic does have a say, but I'm not bringing him out yet. The Mystic will not. He might have had something to do with that field goal the other night, because I brought up the Mystic, and don't you know, it was a penalty, and then he missed. The Mystic won't be brought out tomorrow. The Mystic is only for key games. So, Mystic Mojo, otherwise known as the Mystic, he's no joke. So, that's a decided advantage in a close, big game. So, he will be brought out. But anyway, me and Primetime Phil, I will put anybody that's not subscribed to Primetime Phil, I would imagine everybody in here now is. But anybody that's going to watch this, that's not in here now, not watching it live, I'm going to put our other channel in the comment section. We have a show tonight. We're just going to break down. I don't know. I haven't talked to Phil. Normally, it's just a breakdown of the Cowboy game. But we're going to dig into the Eagle game, at least I am, in depth tomorrow, since I'm streaming it. I don't know if Phil's going to join or not, but I do want to get into that game. Yeah, it's a big game. Let's face it. It's a big-ass game tomorrow. Primetime Phil, you can search it too. You'd be surprised, Coyote. A lot of people, hey, Miriam, how are you? So you admit Eagles win the division with unbiased. No, he's saying if they win tomorrow. Kevin Ledford, it seemed like those refs, man. Those refs love them some Eagles. They liked Cowboys the other night, I thought. Seattle's not beating the Niners. I'm telling you. I don't know that they'll beat them both. I agree. That's wishful thinking. If the Eagles win, they'll rest players and use excuse when they crushed them on Sunday. Sugar Daddy, I don't think they can afford to rest players then. There's still too much time left. But at some point, Texas 42, Oklahoma State 14. So you're a Longhorn, you're a Hook'em Horn fan? My father was born in Oklahoma, raised in Texas, but he was an OU fan. Not at Oklahoma State. Not at Barry Sanders, Oklahoma State. The refs love the Cowboys. I just got done saying that. The refs loved them some Cowboys the other night. Don't get me wrong. They called a shit ton on us, too. I think they called 10 penalties. We had 10 accepted penalties against us. I think there was 20 for the game. It's freaking ridiculous. That's not fun. That's not fun. Jamie Garcia, thank you for taking time out of your day, Brian, to speak to us. Pace yourself and don't overwork everything. We'll get done. Jamie, I got help today. Supervisor said, here, this is what I'm giving you. Is that okay? I looked at the sheet and I'm like, okay, so you're basically giving me about an hour and 40 minutes of help. Yes, I'll get done. I'll still probably go over 8 hours. But that's why, I don't start till 8:30. So my 8-hour day is 5 o'clock and it's dark. So I'm going to try and be done 5, but probably more like 5:15. I'll go home. I'm going to try and hop in the tail end of Mark's live stream today. But I really don't try and rush because when I get in there, I can't talk anyway. And I talk enough. So Mark wants me in there, but then I can never talk. So it's like, I'm running around, I figure I'll hop in there at 5:30, let all of them get their stuff out of the way. But refs are terrible, right, Twiz? I can't stand it, man. And if you watched the live stream the other night, even when it was cringeworthy, some of them against Dallas. There was a couple of them, that helped out Dallas. I don't want that. I don't like, unless it's blatant, unless you know you're beat, then you pull somebody down. I don't want these ticky-tacks, especially the ones that are 40 yards downfield. It helped us, but more times than not, it hurts the Cowboys. More times than not. I noticed that you never get a chance to talk on your other broadcasts. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean, well, no, I'm talking about, I let, look, when I hop on with Mark, we haven't been doing much together as of late. I told him in the offseason we'll get back to doing stuff together. The Cowboys, third seed, is going to play the Packers team. Sledhead, we would be the fifth seed. Like, if we don't win the division, we drop all the way down to 5. You don't want to go any further than 5. Right, Sledhead? So right now you got, okay, so what do you got? You got the Niners would be, well, that's why tomorrow's a big game. Who's going to win the NFC South? I did watch Mark's video a little while ago while I had it on in the truck. Fifth will play NFC South winners. Right, so who's that going to be, Atlanta? If I had to, I hate this term, but gun to the head, I would say Atlanta, right? Yeah, Kevin Ledford. Dak was on fire. I saw a couple replays of that pass. The one to, who was it in the end zone that he threaded? A Tony Pollard. How he pissed me off. Not drafting linebacker. Oh, yeah, that's why we in the mess. Hey, Hamid, don't worry. You might get Darius, a.k.a. Shaq Leonard. You might get Shaq Leonard this weekend. What do you think? You're fine. And Zach Ertz might be coming back home. Did anybody know if Zeke got released yet? Hamid, I want Overshown. You wanted Overshown. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Twiz. I was out on Overshown. Not because I didn't want him. I was looking at need. And I was looking at best player. Dallas always seems to go need. Now, third round, I don't have a problem with it. But the Mozzie thing, they reached. I think he can be a good player, but he's at the bottom of the first round. He's struggling. It is what it is. Our second round pick, Schoonmaker, reach. I would have probably, listen, up until Thursday night, we went 3 straight games without giving up a sack. Oh, by the way, Dak's playing great. That's what I was talking about. The Cowboys have needed. We got no need at QB, Mike Philly. Come on now. Mozzie and Schoon were both reaches, definitely. Ferguson is a beach. Hamid, one thing I will say, the first time I've ever met, the first time I ever met Primetime Phil was on Mark's live stream. For the channel members, I don't know what level channel member, but we're both tailgate members. I met him, and we started talking about the draft. And we both really liked. I really liked Jake Ferguson, and I think I could be wrong, Phil. I could be wrong, but I thought I turned you on to him. You knew of him, but you were like, yeah, and then we both fell in love with him. We did a little piece. If you look back in Primetime Phil, we did a draft recap, and he was one of our. Yeah, we did some extra work on Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson's a real deal, people. Did it seem like Seattle was a little dirty? That one player launched his helmet into Jake Ferguson's face mask. You don't even have to hit somebody in the face. If you leave with your head, that's a penalty. Remember by the goal line? I don't know if it was by the goal line. It was down in the red zone, I think. That was BS. Cowboys definitely need to draft offensive tackle, Bobby. Good thing is I'll be there bringing you the content. I'm going to Detroit, baby. Game time. Tell Mark, stop praying for our downfall. Magic Heart, I can't tell. He's the godfather, man. You tell him. Overshown will be a beast next year. Kevin, I hope he's good to go. He's a different type of guy, though. That's what I'll say. He's going to be a sideline. You know who he's going to be to me? He's going to be like a Sean Lee with maybe better instincts. Think about that. Dak needs to be consistent if the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. I will not brag and enjoy the silence. Lord Asian. Dak's got 6 games left. I said this before the season. Nobody's going to shut anybody up. Been here, done that. Jamie Garcia, are you and Mark on the going to the Washington Commanders game, Dallas game this year? Just curious. He'll be there. I haven't decided whether I'm going or not. To be honest with you, we'll see. That's the last game of the year, man. It's just not fun for me to drive 3 hours and freeze my ass off. Jamal's Adams. Oh, that's the other one. Jamal Adams was flexing like he's somebody. Your best days are numbered. Now you belong in Seattle. He's playing decent now, but did you see how bad he looked when Ferg took his ass into the end zone? You're covering Jake Ferguson? Yeah. Okay, Jamal. But what I will say is, and I'll get to Linda. Linda, welcome. Bobby Wagner looks good. We wouldn't have to be worried about going out getting Darius Leonard if Bobby Wagner signed. He's signed he wanted to come to Dallas 2 different times. All right, let me go back. Linda, do you think Dallas is now clicking on all cylinders, headed towards the playoffs? Afternoon, everyone. Linda, good afternoon. I think offensively, Dallas is... There's still room to improve. But points-wise, offense, I will tell you this. Dak is lights out right now. Dak is seeing the field better than I have seen him. If you look at some of them windows, the Tony Pollard touchdown pass that hit him in the effing helmet was ungodly. In between 2 defenders. Dak's almost taking too much of a chance, but I can't argue. Hit the dude right there, just like the Michael Gallup. Sorry, bro. Hit you in the hands. Catch the ball. You're getting paid a lot of money. Catch the friggin' football. And it was almost tipped into an interception. Just ridiculous. And then the 4th down call I didn't like early on in the game after Bland got the interception. CD hit him in the hands on a rope. Perfect play call. I didn't like the call, but once, and Seattle's acting like they did something. You did nothing. You watched them drop the ball. 2 good things about Sunday, says Coyote. Either 49ers or Eagles lose. Dak said this is going to be a great scouting film. I did like that. That's what it's nice. You know what it is? If anybody watched that game, I've calmed down. I did erupt once. I'll learn how to push the mic away from me. I'm sorry if I was a little loud. What's up, Mikey Philly? What y'all gonna call your knockoff push play? I don't know, man. Tush pushy. I don't know. I don't like the tush push. I lost my train of thought now. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I only got 2 minutes left. Time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, looking forward. Oh, that's what I was saying. It'll be nice to just kick back. I want to put some Christmas decorations. I already got the lights on the house. I'll shoot a photo and put it in the community. I'll put it somewhere, probably in a community tab or something. I got my lights out on the house, but I got to do all the inside shit. So that's my job when I get up tomorrow. Let's get some stuff done around the house, straighten up, then settle in for some football. I might pop on early. If I do, I'll just start the live stream earlier. But as of now, I got it set for 4:15. So that's that. Other than that, man, thanks, JoJo. I agree. Dak is playing like an MVP. Jamie, he's just, again, like an MVP. To be an MVP, you actually got to go and beat good teams on the road. Can't just win home games and go, I'm an MVP. I'm not going to be that guy. You got to go into Buffalo and win. You got to go into Miami and win. You got to beat Detroit at home. You want to be an MVP, you got to beat Jalen Hurts next week. You got to beat Jalen Hurts. Hey, Ruben Walls, how are you? Yeah, I think the defense, everybody forgets that we played 4 games in 18 days. That's nuts. You got to think that. I was worried about that game from an emotional standpoint, let alone not even taking into account the physical standpoint. This weekend's going to be a huge break, and I'll just be excited if Darius Leonard comes walking in the door on Monday morning. So 3 games in 11 days. You got it, Sugar. I think it was Sugar Daddy, right? Coyote, yes. But that's it. I'm over 30. The bells and alarms are going off at the post office. They're going to send out the postal inspectors after me because I'm sitting for 30 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm out. I'll see everybody tonight on Primetime Phil. Peace.